Professor Brian Cox's successful pop career and marriage to BBC presenter Wonders of the Universe host Brian Cox had a successful career in music before he turned his attention to physics and is happily married to fellow TV presenter Gia Milinovic. Wonders of the Universe host Brian Cox had a successful career in music before he turned his attention to physics and is happily married to fellow TV presenter Gia Milinovic. By Hannah Carter 12:51, October 28, 2021, comments Brian Cox may have the ability to wow viewers by busting the mysteries of the universe, but it turns out there's more to the scientist than meets the eye. Our favorite TV science buff once rocked out as a keyboard player for 80s and 90s bands. He played keyboard for rock band Dare, fronted by former Thin Lizzy keyboard player Darren Wharton. Brian jammed with a band from 1988 to 1991, but when Dare split, he sought solace in his science books. Inspired, he enrolled at the University of Manchester to study physics. But the charm of the life of a musician still called Brian, and it wasn't long before he was tapping at the keys for 90s band D-Ream. The band had a UK #1 with Things Can Only Get Better in 1994, as well as 8 more top 40 hits. The tune went on to become a Labour Party election anthem. But despite his musical success, he hung up his blacks and whites and decided to complete a PhD in particle physics. However, Brian was destined to be in the limelight and he landed a broadcasting gig with the BBC. He starred in programs such as Stargazing Live on BBC Two and Wonders of Life. He also delved into fiction and played himself on an episode of Doctor Who in 2012. This then spurred a show called The Science of Doctor Who, where he took viewers on a journey through space and time. In 2010 he was appointed Officer of the Order of the British Empire for services to science and Commander of the Order of the British Empire in 2020 birthday honours for services to the promotion of science. Away from the spotlight, Brian enjoys time with his wife Gia Milinovic, who is also a presenter and writer. She was born in Minnesota and presented Channel 4's Demolition Day and has appeared on Sky Sports, Nickelodeon and BBC Radio 5 Live. She also appeared on Charlie Brooker's Screen Wipe in 2008 and BBC 4's Electric Dreams in 2009. The 53-year-old, who lives in Battersea, London, has been married to Gia since 2003. Gia and Brian have one son together, and she said that her initial attraction to Brian began when she saw he had a CERN email address. They have a son together called George, who is 12 years old. Gia has another son, Moki, from a previous relationship. She has previously opened up about becoming an invisible wife. She said that despite having a television career, it was Brian who became famous. When we first met, I was the expensively groomed television professional, working on mostly science and technology shows, and he was the newly appointed physics academic with a student's wardrobe and a single bed, Gia wrote in The Guardian in 2010. A few years ago, I started to notice that the more Brian appeared on TV, the less interesting I became to other people. Follow Mirror Facebook Twitter comment.